So how can we find sanity in the world? Well, we can't find sanity in the world, just like we can't find sanity in the mind. Your world is really a projection of your mind. We can't find sanity in your mind/world. Sanity is actually beyond the mind. It's beyond the world. And seeking sanity in the mind, seeking sanity in the world, makes you feel like you're going more insane because it's just not possible. That actually, when you see it, it's as if the mind is insane. The world is insane. Actually, if you look at it, it's very obvious. And it's frustrating to seek that sanity in the world. You're trying to find sanity in an insane mind or an insane world. And really, sanity is the freedom from insanity. But the sanity that you are seeking is actually beyond the mind, beyond the world. And when I say beyond, I don't mean beyond like it's so far away. When I say beyond, I'm actually just using that. It's limited with this language, but it's actually prior. So you can use the word prior. And if we discover sanity, it's the sanity prior to the mind, prior to the world. And this sanity doesn't depend on the mind, doesn't depend on the world. See, if sanity depends on a mind, if sanity depends on the world, then you're constantly going to be trying to change the mind and trying to change the world in efforts of finding sanity. And this effort to change the mind and change the world actually will drive you more insane. So it's about finding the sanity that you are. The sanity of self. Finding the self that is prior to the mind, prior to the world. And seeing that this sanity is independent of the mind and the world. It doesn't depend on the mind or the world. People often say things like, my mind is so crazy. And they talk about all these thoughts that are chaotic. They talk about how the world is so insane. But there's a sanity that is independent of the mind and the world. And it's here now. That even in the midst of crazy thoughts, you can experience sanity. Even in the midst of a crazy world, you can experience sanity. But trying to change the mind, and this belief that changing the mind to make it more sane, trying to change the world to make it more sane, will just drive you insane. So this sanity that I'm speaking of is actually prior to the mind and world. But if all you know is the mind, all you know is the world, then you only know insanity. It's as if the mind world is insane. It is insanity. And if that's all you know, then you only know insanity. So sanity is really this letting go of insanity. It's ironic because it feels like you have to lose your mind to find sanity. But typically what we think of insanity is when we say someone's losing their mind, you go, well, that person's insane because they've lost their mind. It's very paradoxical because when you finally find that losing your mind, to let go of the mind, that's when you find the sanity. Like I said, is if all you know is the mind, the world. And I'm saying, well, you just have to, just as if you put that down, just put that down for a second and experience that which is prior. Just put down the insanity and just experience the sanity that is ever present. And it feels you have to let go of that insanity, let go of the mind, let go of the world, let go of the known. But there's this fear of letting go of the known. So if I let go of the known, then I'll be insane. It's actually inverted. So it's prior to thinking. The sanity that you're seeking is prior to thinking. The insanity is trying to control the thinking. The insanity is trying to control the mind and trying to control the world. Now, they're not two separate things. But trying to control the mind/world is the insanity. You can't control the mind/world. And in trying so, you experience insanity. Now, the sanity is by seizing that control, to stop trying to control the mind, stop trying to control the world. And then you experience that sanity, the sanity that you are. Because if you keep on trying to do something, and you're getting the same result over and over, and this result is unfavorable, the more you try and control the mind, the more you're experiencing this stress. The more you try and control the mind, crazier it is. That would be insanity. That's literally the definition of it. But when you stop trying to control the mind, you just allow it to be. When you stop trying to control your life and you just allow it to be as it is, that's the sanity that you are seeking. This mind activity, the world. Right? When people say like, society is insane. The society is an activity. The mind is an activity. Trying to control that activity only creates more of it, more of that insanity. But when you stop trying to control it, just allow it to be. Just allow the thoughts to be. Yes, even the crazy thoughts, just allow them to be. Allow the society to be. Yes, even the crazy society, your crazy family members, crazy neighbors, you allow them to be. Then you start experiencing that sanity. You start experiencing the sanity even in the midst of insanity. You can experience that sanity in the midst of the crazy thoughts. You can experience the sanity in the midst of your crazy family, your crazy neighbors, your crazy coworkers. So the key is just allowing. You stop trying to control. Because that controlling is that activity of insanity. It's just creating more. The more you try and control, the more insane everything appears to be. And when you're not controlling, you've let go of control, you've let go of insanity. When you've let go of insanity, you're experiencing sanity. You realize that it's you. That you are that sanity. It's the sanity of self. The sanity that you're seeking is the sanity that you are. When you find that sanity, you found yourself. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.